Thanks for watching. I'm Mark Elliott.
Schwartzy here. Good to see you. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Now, forecasters here at the Weather Channel are calling this Arctic outbreak relentless because the core of the cold air has settled in over the western plains. But that's just one core.
Right.
There's another one up there in northwestern Canada. That's coming down. Now, right now, the current core stretches from the Great Lakes all the way to the Texas Gulf Coast. It's on the move.
And so is Winter Storm Astro. I mean, take a look at Cheyenne, Wyoming. The snow started there yesterday, and there is no chance of melting, at least on those grassy surfaces, anytime soon, as the overnight lows will be below zero. Of course, on the asphalt and the roads are treating it, so some melting there.
And take a look at the snow this morning in Albany, Minnesota, that is. The road's an absolute mess. Plow drivers were out. They're picking up some much-needed income, huh?
Yeah.
But they have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, the snow is slowing down in Minnesota today, but the cold is just settling in.
Meteorologist Mike Seidel is in Forest Lake, Minnesota, just north of the Twin Cities. Mike?
This was a big storm, especially north of Minneapolis-St. Paul. North and west of Interstate 94, St. Cloud had 13.2 inches. That is the snowiest day on record, calendar day in November, and their fifth snowiest across any day in the year. You get over here to Forest Lake, we've had 10 inches. North of here as much as 16 inches. Again, re-emphasizing the fact that we had a really tight gradient of snow across the Twin Cities metro. North side, 6, 8, 10 inches. South side, from Eden Prairie to Bloomington, Chanhassen, where the National Weather Service is, they had around 3 inches of snow. And as you can imagine, all the snowplow operators had to react.
Well, it certainly woke all of us up in the snow removal industry, and we were nervous. You know, a smaller snow event, 2 to 3 inches, is certainly different than 9 or 10 or 12. So we were pretty nervous and certainly scrambling to get our equipment and people ready.
As you can imagine, the plow operators love this kind of weather. It's money in the bank. Roads are in pretty good shape right now. We've had a lot of salt, we've had some sun, and the snow has basically wrapped up for this event. Airport looking much better today. Yesterday we had about 150 cancellations. Today running at about 20. Much better trying to get in and out and through MSP International. Forecast, the cold weather is here to stay. It's going to get even colder into the weekend and next week. Highs may not get to 20 some afternoons. Morning lows well down into the single numbers. We'll probably have some sub-zero cold with clear nights, light winds, and all the snowpack. We'll keep you updated as the cold air heads south this afternoon and tonight.
So, Mike, that's good news. The storm, Astro, has left Minnesota, but it's still with us. So let's get some expert analysis. Storm specialist Carl Parker is live in the lab. Carl?
Dave, we've seen some incredible amounts of snowfall there in the UP of Michigan. 2 feet of snow coming down, not very far away from Marquette. We'll take a look at those totals here in just a moment. I want to show you, first of all, the infrared picture, and this is across northern parts of the U.S. and Canada. So with this type of satellite image, what we're looking for are the grays and the whites and then the blue colors, and that is usually showing you the tops of the clouds. As you know, it gets much colder as you go up into the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere, and those very cold cloud tops are colored in white and gray and then blue and sometimes green. But you'll notice here that a very large area of Canada also has that gray and white appearance, and where it's not moving there, that's not cloud, it's just that cold ground that's being picked up by this particular channel of the infrared satellite. Very, very chilly air driving this winter weather, and there is the last of Astro. The snow's still going on there across the UP, and right around Marquette, got a couple of reports of 21 to 26 inches of snow. It really has been coming down near Marquette. It's going to be winding down in short order. And then notice here that we've had some rain coming through northern lower Michigan. There has been a bit of moderate and heavy rain, but what we're also seeing there in those really bright returns is what's called bright banding, that is melting snow, and that's why it looks like there's just tremendous thunderstorms there. That's not the case, just some pockets of heavy rain, but also a lot of melting snow. So here we go with the forecast, and we're looking for an area of 5 to 8 additionally. So there could be, conceivably, there could be some areas that get maybe 30 inches by the time it's all said and done, 8 to 12 in pockets as well, and generally less than an inch as you get down into northern lower Michigan. So here's the model forecast. There's the low lifting up into Ontario. Notice these little bands that develop coming off of Lake Superior, lake effect snow kicking in the backside, on the backside of that low, and then dropping down into Michigan. And we're going to see a lot more of that in the next couple of days. In fact, water temperatures in the lakes are generally now in the 40s and in the 50s. Now consider that the air temperatures, the air that's going to come across the lakes, is going to be on the order of 30, maybe 20 degrees next couple of days. And for that reason, we're talking about really, really high differentials in temperature that creates instability, and it also adds moisture, and that's what gets these lake effect bands going. So here's the model forecast. We're going to watch one band really start to kick in there, coming off of Lake Erie into the south towns, into Chautauqua, Cattaraugus counties, western New York. Another area coming off of Lake Michigan towards Benton Harbor, and getting over into Detroit. As a matter of fact, another long streamer from Lake Superior down into southern parts of Ontario, including Toronto, and then yet more snow even into late Thursday, dropping into southwestern lower Michigan. So the lake effect really going next couple of days, we think, along with that cold air overspreading the region. Dave, Mark, back to you.
Wow, that is really impressive. We were just talking about it. Yeah. Well, coming up on Weather Center Live, an in-depth look at snowflakes.
Yeah, is it really true that no two are the same? That answer coming down to science. Up next, the brainstorm you'll only see on the Weather Channel.
And here's a look at some of that cold air through the weekend. Yes, you folks in Boston, New York, Philadelphia, D.C., you're going to be in on it. You know, it's 68 right now in Philadelphia.
Yeah, and you think it's cold now across the northern tier. By this weekend, another shot, another reinforcing teaser of more cold air coming into play.
From Seattle to Secaucus, everybody.
Yeah.